Hey everyone, it's Kim Jefferson here of the Fabulous Fit Squad, and today I want to talk about why you are being stuck trying to live that healthy lifestyle. And so many people try to, I want to say, find the right answer, find the solution, and 99.9% of you know the answer. You know the solution. You know what to do. You just haven't taken action. And you could research, you could do whatever. There is no fast shortcut there. It's kind of like you think there's a shortcut to some place, and it turns out that it's a dirt road, it got potholes, then you have to double back, and then it just turns out to be not the shortcut that you are looking for. And so I say the same thing. Hi Jill, how are you? I say the same thing about weight loss. There is no shortcut. There is no hidden secret passage, because if it was, I'm sure many of you would have been told about it. And we as fitness professionals, we wouldn't be hiding it. We're not hiding it. We know that you have to take action. And I know there's so much information out there. And I know that you all are smart people. And I know you know at least 3 things that you're doing right now that aren't contributing to your healthy life, right? And you're like, for the love of God, I need to stop doing that. And that's okay. And it's just, I always say people are either a light switch or a dimmer switch. You either can turn the switch off and your habit is you're on it, or you have to dim it down a little bit. So it really depends on who you are. And you have to decide where you are in your journey. For me, it depends on what it is. There's certain things I am give me a rock and throw me in the deep end. And there's certain things where I'm ooh, I got to kind of wade my way into the water when it comes to releasing that one. So what I wanted to do is just kind of walk through the 5 common reasons why you're not living a healthy lifestyle, why you're stuck, and the thinking that keeps you stuck. And this isn't, judgment. This is I want you to raise awareness. The more you're aware of it, the more you're oh, that sounds like me. That sounds like me. And that's what I really want to get out of this. So, deprivation. So the first thing anyone ever says is, I'm going on a diet. The first thing they always think about is everything I have to give up. I got to give up this. I got to give up that. I got to give up that. And I was but why do you have to go there? So if you were to say, get a new job, would you look at job A, the job that you're currently in, versus job B, and would you be to go to job B, it's my dream job, and if I wanted this dream job forever, and it's going to be so amazing, you wouldn't say, oh, well, with my current job, I got to give up blah, 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 and blah. You would immediately think about, this is what my dream is. And that's what I want you to think about when you're trying to live healthy. If it is your dream to be healthier, if it is your dream to be leaner, it is your dream to be fitter, then focus on the dream. Focus on where I am right now isn't going to get me to my dream. And think about, okay, all the reasons why you want to get to your dream. Because it's your reasons behind, when you feel it in your soul, why you want a goal, you're going to go for it. When it's kind of, sort of, you're going to kind of, sort of go for it. And, I've always I've been on the why. And the more I think about it and the more I kind of reflect on the goals that I've been able to achieve, even some of the skyscraper, holy crap, am I doing this kind of goal? I've always gotten it because there was something inside here. There was passion, there was heart, there was my why, whatever it is. And your why doesn't have to be altruistic. For me, my why I want to be healthy is that for 2 reasons. 1, I want to be able to stand in front of the classes that I teach and be yes, I live the healthy lifestyle that I'm telling you that you want to live. So I want to be an example. And the second reason is I look around and I see how unhealthy our culture is. And I think of the times that I have been sick, I'm able to bounce back way much better, way faster, because I have my health. And I don't want to be one of those sickly people when, I'm 70 or 80. I still want to be able to do what I'm able to and capable of doing because I have a healthy, fit life. So that's my why. That's what, like, you know, if you ever see the movie E.T., like E.T.'s heart would glow when he was excited. That's what gets my heart to glow like E.T. So the other thing that people get stuck on is they have this like this Monday reset, like, you know, everything's going to be new and different on Monday. Yet, you know, Monday comes, they have a hiccup, and then they're like, screw it. And they'll, again, let's start again on Monday. Where, what if you flipped that script and you said, I'm going to start my diet again instead of Monday, I'm going to start my diet again the next meal. Like, I'm done. I'm going to start my next meal the next meal. And that's how it's going to be. It's not going to be, oh, it's Wednesday, so screw it, I'm going to wait till Monday. Like, I'm going to wait 5 days? Why? Why not wait 3 hours and have a better choice? And then, you know, I'm all about this being CSI. So be CSI and say to yourself, okay, so I totally lost my shit and I ate all this stuff, but why? Was it because it was in front of me? Was it because I didn't eat, you know, I wasn't eating? Like, what, you know, really kind of like dive into it and like get CSI. And the more you dive into your behavior, the more you can circumvent that behavior. Because, you know, this is one of my other topics, because so many people focus on willpower. And there's no such. Willpower can only take you but so far, right? There's only but so much willpower that you have inside of you. So instead of relying on willpower, you know, I want you to think about it like, willpower is like a glass of water. And once I drink that glass of water, I'm done. I need to get back up and get a glass of water. I can't just like, you know, automatically snap my fingers and refill it. Where that's where you know, when you say, oh, I don't have any willpower. No, you're basically trying to put this barrier in front of you that isn't a barrier. You're putting this barrier that you control. You're putting a barrier that at any moment you can leave. It's kind of like, you know, if you were to say like, in a room and the door is wide open, that's willpower. Like, you can come and go as you please. But what you're thinking willpower is the door's closed and locked and somebody else holds the key. No one else holds the key to willpower. So the willpower key is in your mind. So you have to decide, what am I willing to give to get what I want? So it goes back to the very beginning about deprivation. And, you know, when you try to like marry deprivation and you try to marry willpower, you just get shit. You just get crazy. You get cravings, you get all sorts of things that just snowball into you falling off of your plan, falling off of the path. Where I say to people, instead of focusing on that willpower, focus on the moderation. So there's never going to be a time that I'm going to tell a client, oh no, you can't ever have a cookie. Oh no, you can never have a glass of wine. Because once you say no, once something becomes off limits, you want it so badly. You're just like, you'll do anything to get it. You know, the best way I can describe it is when I was competing and I was in Marshall's and I'm just, you know, minding my business as Marshall's, and this woman was eating an apple. And towards the tail end of my getting ready for the last few days before a show, your food choices really get restricted. And I wasn't allowed to have apples. This woman's eating an apple and I literally could have wrestled her to the ground. And that's how we get when we tell ourselves, you know, we put this good food list and the bad food list, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. What you need to talk about is like, what are your non-negotiables, right? So like, what are there some foods that you just like, you know what, I can't live without. But if I had a bite or two of it a day, a bite or two of it every few days, I wouldn't lose my shit when it came to having it later on, right? Because we think is like, okay, I'm not gonna have like cookies or ice cream or pizza or whatever your food is. Then when you finally allow yourself to have that piece, next thing you know, you're having a pie versus having one slice of the pizza. Make sense? And one of the biggest things I see people is they think they're eating healthy. and they're eating these foods that are marketed as healthy, but they're really not. So, a lot of the foods that I see are like the low fat, no fat, sugar-free foods. Those foods are just riddled with chemicals, riddled with additives so that it tastes good. So that, the fact they remove the fat, they pump in sugars, they pump in artificial fillers to give you that fat taste, but it's just not real. So you're better off eating the full fat version of it. The same thing is, we have like what we call like healthy foods, or we go to a grocery store that we think is all natural and it's all whole. We think it's all good foods, but not everything in that store is like 100% healthy. Just because it's all natural and it's organic doesn't mean that eaten in excess is going to not cause you to gain weight. For example, like one of the biggest things that I always, kind of knock out of people's diets is granola bars. And I don't knock them out because there's anything wrong with them. I knock them out because people eat too much of them and they're trigger food for a lot of folks. And I knock them out because they think they're healthy. So they're like, oh, it's healthy, so I should be eating it. Or protein bars or protein shakes, and they have like 3 or 4 a day. And I'm like, I want you to have knife and fork meals. There's nothing wrong with shakes, and I have my clients use them, but it's not the end all be all. Like there's more to it. There's also, those kind of faux healthy, choicey kind of meals where they're not real food. You're better off, eating, food that you've prepared yourself. And I know some people are like, oh, I don't like to cook, blah, 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 blah. There's so many choices now around. There's a lot of meals that you're able to quickly put together that doesn't require a lot. You to be, Martha Stewart, or you to be in the kitchen, prepping chicken breast till the cows come home. And I don't believe in that like 3 to 4 hour prep. No, I like to get myself in and out of the kitchen in like an hour max. And, by doing multiple things at a time, I'm able to help my clients get in and out of the kitchen in record time. So one of my biggest things is like, why tempt fate? So like, if the foods that trigger you, the foods that set you off, just don't buy them. And I'm not saying don't have them, I'm just saying don't have them readily available in your house. So that way, when temptation strikes or you're bored or whatever, you're not roaming in the kitchen. You're like, oh, there's my favorite. And next thing you know, you're 3 handfuls into a bag of chips, 3 handfuls into some cookies, where you just don't have it around. So it's just not even there to, wiggle in your face. And so, I tell you all of this because in everyone's mess is a message. To get to the other side, you have to go through the mess. You have to take action. You can't just accumulate all this data and then not do anything with it. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to do a retreat. And I decided to do a retreat because I want to get 10 women in a room, and I want to be like, okay, we're going to do the information. We're going to talk the information, but we're going to build an action plan. We're going to build an action plan so that you know exactly what to do when you leave. You walk out the door and you're like, here's Kim's plan. It's not a plan that I designed for you. It's a plan that's going to be specifically for you. Like, we're going to talk about what are the obstacles that come up for you. What are some of your downfalls? What are some of the things you do really well? And we're going to put that all together so that you leave with a roadmap, so that no matter what situation comes, what obstacle comes, you know how to go over, around, under, or burst right through it, right? You're going to leave with confidence. You're going to be like, I know, I have the information and I know what to do. I got the support of these 10 other women who sat around and we just like opened our kimonos and showed everything. All our goodies were just out on the table, and there was no judgment. There was just support and love. And the True You retreat is exactly what I have envisioned and created. And it's in San Diego in February. It's going to be nice, right on the beach. And I just envision, 10 women just sitting around and just getting shit done. Like leaving there after 2.5 days and just feeling so freaking sexy and confident that they're going to just smash their healthy living goals and not look back and think about the place that they were today is not the place they're going to be at the end of that retreat. So if you're ready to like take action and you're ready to grab that brass ring, I invite you to join me in San Diego in February. And during that time, you know, it's no questions off limit. All my 15 years of experience, like just pick my brain dry. Like just pull out every little brain cell that I have around health and fitness. Like no question is off limits. And so what I'm offering is an early bird special. So between now and November 30th, which is tomorrow, at 12 midnight, I'm offering this retreat for $675. And if you join, the first 3 people who join will get a VIP dinner on Thursday evening. They'll get a $300 credit that can be used for future coaching. And they will be able to do one 30-minute jumpstart call with me, like a one-on-one jumpstart call, so we get like you ready to rock and roll before the retreat even happens. So I invite you to join me on the True You retreat. If you want in, the link is bit.ly/TrueU17, and it's spelled out just exactly how it sounds. True, Y-O-U, and the number 17. So I hope that you will be able to join me. If you have any questions, do me a favor and just leave them in the comments below. I will be monitoring this video for the next few days. So I hope that you feel like you can join me. If you have any questions about the retreat or any random questions about health and fitness or whatever, pop it in there. I'd love to answer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.